We'll be going from the east side to the west, and east will be on the other.
Anthony Davis back deep to receive for East Columbus. And we are getting ready for football 2013. Can't wait.
Getting ready, and here goes Nick McClure on the kickoff. And that one will bounce on to 30 and go and be picked up on about the 19, and it's number 26, Chris Thompson, and there is no gain.
Wow, and number 32, Terry Brown, made sure that kickoff return was probably 3 yards. So nice tackle there by the Gators, Terry Brown. And here we go, first look at West Columbus's offense.
So East is running. East is going to bring up. Looks like they're going to put 3 guys up.
It looks like we're looking at a 5-man front. They're going to walk the ends
they
out a little bit. Here we go. And the in a 5-3 on defense. And looks like West Columbus is in the power I. I believe that's Axelberg, their quarterback.
Yeah, number 10, Degner Axelberg under helm, takes the snap, looks, hands off up the middle to number 21. That would be Roston Bromell for about a 3-yard gain.
And the right side of the offensive line for the Vikings had a nice hold there, but the linebacker did a great job filling there on the left side for the Gators. So nice gain on the play. It's going to bring up second and about 5, and do that a couple times, you got a first down.
Yeah, you can't ask for anything more in that first play. The line spread that defense apart, and he was able to get – when you can get to the secondary, you can get those down markers moved, and that's what you're hoping for each and every time.
All right. West Columbus still in the power I. You've got split left, tight end on the right. Looks like we're going to have a little timeout here. And official timeout. Not sure what's going on.
We are in the first quarter. 10 minutes and 22 seconds are remaining. They have started it back up. Second down. Axelberg goes up under center. Looks over the defense. And takes the snap.
East Columbus coming on nice run up the middle. That's going to be a first down gain of about 10 on the play.
Number 44, Adrian Bowie.
And once again, we're seeing early on West Columbus winning the battle up front over the Gators, which I think is knowing the size of the Gators up front is a little surprising. So,
yeah, they've got to be happy with these first 2 plays because they have moved them guys off the ball quickly.
And I think we've seen in past games last year, whoever controls the line of scrimmage, especially in the power I game, I mean, they're going to control the game. So first down now, no score here in the first quarter.
Axelberg just got the play. He's come in. They're huddled. They are breaking out. 51 is already under center. McNeely.
And it looks like nobody's looking at the 25-second clock. Oh, he's seeing it.
Pitch to the right. And that was 21 Bromell, but East Columbus was ready for that one.
Yeah, all over the right side of the defensive line. And really, that right end, and looking for a number here. He's got his jersey on too tight. I can't tell his number. But that's number 56, Carlos Campbell. What happens in that situation, you've got usually they're trying to kick out that end, and they're usually bringing 2. And he was able to rip right through it, stop for a gain of 1. So good job that time, Carlos Campbell.
So we're looking at second down and 9. West Columbus is on their own 33-yard line. 8 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here comes Axelberg up under center. He scans the defense. They're set. The ball is hiked, and he's going to hand that one straight up the middle to number 22.
Yeah, that's Brad Wilder.
Sorry, 42.
42? All right. We'll give that to Josh Tart. Josh Tart had a good season last year. He's a senior this year looking for another good season, and that was a decent gain of around 3, but that's going to bring up now third, and we're going to call it 7. And it looks like we got an official timeout.
I think Tart's a little shaken up, maybe just a hamstring. It's hot. The guys may go through some serious cramps tonight.
And, of course, first game, we'll really have to look at. These guys have been actively playing football now for a little over 3 weeks, and so conditioning is a big part of what's going to happen tonight. And you're going to get to see who's been doing the wind sprints and who's been kind of slacking off. So
Yeah, Tart's going to take a seat. He's trying to walk out a cramp, but he's going to take a seat and catch some air because it's got to be rough for them guys out there at all them pads and uniforms because it is definitely hot. So
I know I just set up for the game and I had a cramp, so there.
Yeah, it's not. It's August. It's southeastern North Carolina, and it's traditional today. So we're gonna get a little bit of. We got to get a clock set here in just a second. It's got to work some things out and.
Oh, it's first game of the season. That's for everybody.
Right.
That's the officials. That's everyone. So, endowment game here. We're going to see these two teams play again here near the end of the season. So, this is like a warm up for you and I. We can learn all the names and
yeah, there we go.
we'll be ready to go for that second game. So, our first game too.
Well, I can tell you from mine and your end, we didn't have enough time to get ready. So these gentlemen out here in the field may be feeling exactly the same way as we are tonight. But it don't matter, Kelly. We're playing football, and I'm happy.
Right.
So
and CCCA started almost 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, we have finished. Made it through day 15 of the first 9 weeks, and it's been a very good year. Our numbers are up tremendous this year. We started with 88 brand new incoming kids, our biggest class that we've ever had, and things are really. We're very happy with the way things are going.
And
very good bunch of students.
The rest of the schools will start Monday. So a lot of probably sleepy kids on Monday morning. I know there will be two, which are mine, who will be sleepy, getting back on schedule. But an exciting week. Teachers back in schools and getting ready. And to me, when schools are empty, they just don't seem quite natural. You always think about action teachers and students running around doing great things. So looking forward to school starting again. So you guys aren't the only one having all the fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have to share in some of the fun this coming week, and that's okay. So we're gonna have an official timeout here where we got to get a couple of things situated. Beginning of the year and brand new season, and West is trying to, like I said, brand new stadium, brand new bleachers, brand new press box. And
the press box is very nice. Got a chance to tour it a little earlier, and nice steel plate on the floor. It should last for 50 more years. So we're very proud. I know they're proud. The only thing that's a little different for me, because West Columbus, I spent 9 wonderful years there. It's hard thinking about that side as being the home side. That's going to take a little getting used to, but we're going to get used to it.
So now this goes back before my time, but now when the school was original, that was the home side, correct?
I believe so.
The early 90s?
We're back to where we were.
Okay. So here we go. East Columbus has brought their defense back out on the field, and West has their offense. Degner Axelberg has just broke the huddle. He comes. Last-minute discussion with Bowie. Looks over the defense. Licks his hands as he gets ready to go up under center. He's calling out the play, looking left, looking right. Still scanning that defense, calling out. Gets situated.
East Columbus in a 53, but they've walked the ends back. It's almost like a 3-5, like a pro set.
That's to Brommel.
Defense
and East is ready.
Yep. Tried to go around the right end, but East Columbus, and that's the advantage to have those ends walk back kind of like linebackers, well, they're really linebackers in that position, is they can read the backfield a little easier than they can right up on the line. And that time, that was number 4 for East Columbus. Elijah Gresham came up and took away anything on the outside there for West Columbus, and I think we're ready for a punt.
We are 4th and 7, 7 minutes and 15 seconds left here. We will see the first punt of the 2013 season. That, if I'm not mistaken, that is number 5, Tanner Daniels.
Yep, and Greg Melvin back to receive for East Columbus.
Back, and I will not forget the punt return Melvin made at Albemarle till I die. That was awesome.
That was a great game, and I think a lot of people.
High
snap,
but he gets it off.
Gresham almost got his long arms up there and blocked it.
And they're just going to let that one die. So West tags that one down on the 38-yard line, and East Columbus is going to take over there. There is 6 minutes and 45 seconds remaining here at Viking Stadium. East Columbus will put their offense on the field for the first time this year. And was there a penalty? You're discussing something out.
Yeah, they're talking to the East Columbus captain, so we're guessing. We'll wait here for the call. No score, by the way. And they may want them to punt that again. Gresham came within a fingernail of blocking that one, so they may say, hey, let's see what happens the second time.
He had a good vertical on that punt.
And that's what they're going to do. So
I did not see the call, but they've backed him back.
Sometimes they forget to call it after a long discussion like that, and
I think they only backed him back 5 yards, though. Was
it
delay a game?
It was probably, I'm assuming, procedure.
Okay.
Procedure or, some other.
So they will once again reset, but this time the ball will be punted from the line of scrimmage is on the 31 of West Columbus. Waiting on the snap. The snap a little bit lower. And Gresham almost got that one.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
And ball gets put on the ground, but East Columbus picks it up, but it dropped immediately.
That was number 38. We don't have a name to put to that yet, but I'm sorry, is that 36?
Hey, I'm going to give that Raekwon Edey.
Okay.
Raekwon Edey with a good tackle. So East Columbus back in business exactly where they were before the penalty. So the taking the penalty and the re-kick didn't help them.
Yeah, that was number 30. We do not have all – this is the beginning of the year. We do not have all of the names with the numbers, but that was 36 on the return, but no gain.
So here's Gresham at quarterback, and East Columbus out in a spread formation. 2 to the left, 1 to the right.
Gresham takes the snap, going to pitch it back to McClure. McClure's going to
throw it.
There it goes. Wide. And it's caught. Oh, my goodness. Greg Melvin is up, down, and unbelievable.
Catch.
Wow.
40 yards on the play.
Wow. That was impressive. Greg Melvin, at least a 40-yard reception. Elijah Gresham pitches to McClure. Everybody assumes a run. McClure throws a perfect pass into the arms of outstretched Greg Melvin, and we've got first down and 10. The ball is on the 15-yard line. Wow.
If anyone was concerned about Coach Chris Haney of East Columbus playing at conservative in his first game, I think
that's out the door.
Yep.
Hand off to Nick McClure, and West Columbus was ready for that one.
All over. Number 74, Harley Johnson, in the backfield. Nick McClure. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. That's going to be 2nd and 13. Still no score here. That
was almost close to them grabbing the handoff. That was great penetration by West Columbus defense on that play.
Yeah, we saw Harley Johnson in basketball season. If he'd taken that ball, they'd have never called him.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of speed for a big guy.
Really good speed there. So 2nd down and 13. 5 minutes and 31 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
We have trips left, spread right. Nick McClure in the backfield. In the shotgun now is Gresham.
We'll wait and see. Gresham takes the snap. He's going to go to his left, looks left.
Oh,
and to
there's
Melvin.
Melvin, and looks like he was down. Melvin fumbled the ball after a big hit there by, looks like that is number 11, Anthony Davis. But now I'll tell you what, in the corner of the end zone, there was no one covering I believe that's number 36 for East Columbus. Check that. Get a number on that. It is number 36. We don't have a name for number 36, but he was wide open in the corner, and Gresham did not see him. Looks like we got a timeout here.
Now, that ball's almost on the original line of scrimmage. Did they rule that incomplete?
They must have. He did fumble the ball, and I guess they say possession was not maintained.
So 3rd and 13. Here comes Gresham. Still in the gun. McClure to his left.
Trips right, and Gresham's going to throw again. Quick pass there to Melvin. Melvin's trying to get outside,
and he does. And he breaks the tackle. He's still on his feet, down to 8-yard line.
Okay, and that's going to bring up
that's enough for a first down. No, it's not.
Looks like that's going to be close. Let's see where they mark it.
Wait and see.
There's no score here, but we've got 4th down and 5, and let's see what Coach Chris Haney does.
Helps when you're looking at the right marker.
Hey, like I said, it's your first game too.
Yeah, you can tell I'm rusty. I'm looking at the first down marker.
All right, so we've seen several passes already from East Columbus, and here we have. It looks like we're going to have spread right, spread left. Gresham in the shotgun, and 4th down, big play early here in the game. It's going to be 4th and 3. And there's the handoff, inside handoff.
Greg Melvin.
He breaks in
all
for the score.
That'll be an 8-yard touchdown right up the middle by Greg Melvin. And I'm honestly, Kelly, I'm not sure he was touched.
I don't think he was, and I know, and this is how play calling works. If you really have a handle on it, they had ran outside, they had ran flare passes, they were trying to get to the outside, and so they come back with an inside handoff. And West Columbus was trying to compensate by spreading their defense out a little bit, but that's why it's a chess game.
Yes, you are correct.
So let's see if we got 1 or 2 coming up. And looks like we're going to have try for 2 here. And we got trips to the top side. Nick McClure in the backfield.
Gresham gets ready. There's the snap. He's going to roll to his right. He's looking.
Getting some pressure there.
He's going to take it, and he is in. 2-point conversion. Elijah Gresham as he rolls right and then cuts back straight.
All right, so we got 8-0 now. I'll tell you, and we know Gresham from football. I believe he played tight end last year.
He did.
And, of course, we saw him in basketball. Excellent athlete.
Oh, yes.
He's got the height, and when you roll him out to the side, especially to the right side, his throwing side, he can see the field, and he's got 3 or 4 choices.
There's very few young men out there that's going to be able to block the view of Elijah Gresham to put those passes down. So East Columbus has to be happy with their first offensive drive of the season. That was a 62-yard, 5 plays? I think we go 5 plays on that one for scoring drives. So
several attempted passes.
Not bad at all.
I think we see in this first drive, we have basically a tailback pass for about 40 yards on the first play. We see Gresham rolling out left and right, making things happen. So I think the personality that we see here in the first series is that East Columbus is going to be wide open.
Let me pick your brain. Pick out that position.
Well, I can tell you that's one of the safest positions to play because when you kick the ball and typically you kind of roll back and you're the safety.
He got all that one.
And he's probably the best one for the job. I'm sure that's what the coach
Number
is thinking.
11, Baldwin.
There's Davis up the middle.
And there he goes.
To the right side.
He's
at
on
the
a 50.
40. He's got a shot. There's one man to beat, and he's not going to get there. And that is a touchdown.
That was impressive.
About 50 yards, it looks like, on the left side.
The call.
What we got here. Looks like that's going to be procedure there, motion.
So that's going to take them back 5 yards, and
that's going to bring up second and
that'll be second and 16.
Yeah. So the ball is now on the 49-yard line of West Columbus. Penalties have backed it up. We got second down. East Columbus leading 8-0.
So Axelberg has his men in the huddle as they discuss the play. And here comes number 51, McNeely, back under center. Offensive line gets ready to set. Axelberg's talking to the backs as he's scanning over that East defense. He's situated, set. There comes the ball. He looks, and there is Bromell. And Bromell is met in the backfield.
Nowhere. Number 56, Carlos Campbell, bulled through the left side of West Columbus's offensive line and just took away the hole from West Columbus. So it's third and a mile. Let's just say we'll estimate, right? You do that a lot in math, right?
We like estimation.
We'll just say third and long. And it's by long we mean like 17 yards.
So Axelberg has got the play, and he's got his men in the huddle.
And, Coach Little says he's going to try to throw the ball a little more. So third and long here with the ball on your own 48-yard line, you think this might be an opportunity here?
Well, I saw Axelberg throw a few in practice, and he can let them rip. So I don't think that's an issue. Can the offense get him the time to make the –
And I think we have another –
That'll be a delay of game on that one.
So now we have third and even longer. It's that rhythm that you look for that doesn't always happen the first game.
Right.
And West Columbus on this series, they looked good in the first series. This series, they're a little out of rhythm.
And you look on the pro end, you play 4 preseason games. I think these guys maybe had 1.
Yep. And they actually had 1 rained out.
So it makes it a little bit rougher. You got to get the kinks out, but that's football. So here we go. Axelberg up under center, third and long. Looks back, and he's going to let this one air out.
He's got a man open.
And he is
cannot get to it. So that was about a 25-yard attempt there by Axelberg, and well covered by East Columbus. Had 4 back by the time it was all said and done. And that was number 89 for West Columbus. The ball was thrown to. That was Tommy Bryant.
So good pressure, though. You had 2 guys coming from the blind side of Axelberg, but he was able to get it off, and it was on target, but good coverage by East Columbus on that play.
I kind of like this defense. I mean, it is more of a pro-style defense. You've got 3 down linemen, and you've got 5 you can call them linebackers or 3 linebackers and 2 ends that are basically standing up and looking at the field, and it gives you a lot of flexibility.
Daniels gets the snap, and it's off.
Nice kick.
High kick.
There's a
ball's
fumble.
loose, and it's picked up by Axelberg. He's got it to the 20,
I don't
10, touchdown.
I don't think you can advance that, but we'll see.
They don't do that in high school.
I don't think you can advance. No, they're calling touchdown. Okay. Okay.
So we've seen some interesting things here tonight on special teams. Was a punt high up in the air. I did not see who tried to catch it, but it went right through his hands. Axelberg picked up the first bounce and took it 20 yards straight in for a score, and we're looking at 8-6. East Columbus still up by 2.
I think if you're looking here at the play in real time, you have to think, did he have enough room to catch the ball? Because he has to be given a proper distance, but he should have called fair catch with him that close.
I was thinking the same thing.
So there's an error. Leads to 6 points by the Vikings, so we're 8-6 now. And I'm sure West Columbus is going for 2 here. Still in the power I. Split left, Tanner Daniels somewhere close to the parking lot.
There's Axelberg. Takes the snap, turns, gives it to Bowie, and Bowie will be.
He's in.
And there it is. He is in.
All right, so we have a tie ball game.
We do.
1:19 left to go in the first period.
West Columbus has to be extremely happy with their special teams.
They do, and especially after the penalty that brought the touchdown back. Now coming out and getting another big play. And we see Axelberg hustling, getting the fumble, taking it in for the easy 6. So you can never underestimate how those turnovers and those opportunistic points can benefit you in terms of momentum and just the morale of the team.
If you're East, you've got to shake that off, and if you're West, you've got to build on it.
Yep.
So we will see here as I'm pretty sure Tanner Daniels is both the punter and the kicker.
Yep, I think so. And we apologize for those of you listening to us. That noise you hear in the background is the air conditioner that is keeping it a cool 85 degrees in here. It's been a hot day. So it has been a warm one, and you can see it in the players already. We've had a few cramps. It's still pretty brutal out there, even now here at around 8 o'clock.
We got West is set, East is set. East has 3 guys back.
And Melvin's back deep, and my strategy would be keep it away from Melvin.
Mine would too. So we'll see what Tanner Daniels does here. Here we go. And the kick is a line drive.
Yep. And here's Melvin. He picks it up. He's at the 30. Oh, he's got
some
hole.
Speed. He gets around him to the 50. Can he turn it?
Outside,
Can he 40? He turns it.
And he had one.
He's still going. There he goes to the 15, the 10, one last one. And, on the 4-yard line, he goes out.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, he did step out, but I don't think anyone saw it. So that's going to be a mark down at the 6-yard line. Looks like
6, 7.
Look, he's marking it at 7. So big return there by Greg Melvin, who looked like he had a hole and then he didn't have a hole, and then he made a hole around the left end. And that's another thing that will drive coaches crazy is losing contain on kickoffs and punts. And players who were in position just didn't make the play. So you do have something to build on there.
He will make you miss. And he just showed that out there today. So East Columbus is going to set up on the 7-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. Elisha's back in the gun. Looks, hands off the middle. Nick McClure, though, is going to go break to the right and not be able to get through. But he will. I don't even know if he'll make it back up to the original.
I don't think he did. If
Depends where they mark this one. He may lose, too.
Yeah, so good job that time by West Columbus. They attacked really off tackle. And West Columbus closed down. Did a good job there on that left side of the defensive line.
Yeah, he is going to lose one on that. So we're going to be looking at 2nd and goal from the 8. Now, I've been watching Melvin on the sideline. As soon as he came and sit down. I don't know if he has cramped up. You know them. He's extremely hot. All them guys are.
He's I believe he's taking his shoulder pads off.
He has taken them off.
Looks like I see what he's doing. He's That shirt he's got, I think, is probably a little either too hot or too tight.
I think East Columbus is going to take a timeout, and they're going to think about this one why they're down here. So
I think he seems okay.
Yeah,
Greg
he's
Melvin
moving.
Seems okay.
He's moving good.
I think that shirt didn't. And sometimes if you get those tight shirts on, it can constrict your movement enough that it can be a pain. Although he's now on the bench, so we'll keep an eye on that. Greg Melvin, an important player, and we had a good time watching him play last year.
Oh yes, enjoyed it a lot.
Nice.
They're also working on. Well, I know him as TJ, but they're working on number 32, Terry Brown. So they got him. I don't know if he's got some equipment issues, but they're trying to get his pads straight. He was in on one of those first few plays, big play. So East is talking it over. Here comes West back out. It will be second down and goal on the 8-yard line, and we've got one tick under 1 minute left here in the first quarter. We have a tie ball game here in Cerro Gordo. It is 8-8, and we have seen some outstanding special teams.
Absolutely.
If you are just joining us,
it's been a fun game to watch.
It has
had
been
some big plays, and this is a big series right here for West Columbus. They need a stop here.
So here we go. We're going to see Gresham in the gun. McClure to his left. There's the snap. He's going to roll to his left, and he's going to dive in for the touchdown.
14-8 now.
18-yard run by Elijah Gresham as he breaks to the left and goes in over the defense. 55 seconds left here in the first quarter. And East Columbus looks like they're lining up for two. They have a 6-point lead right now and trying to make it back to 8. We will see as Gresham gets his guys up to the line and takes his spot next to Nick McClure on the – they're on the 5. They're set up about on the 7. He looks. He takes the snap, and it's a high snap, but he grabs it, and he's not going to get out of that. They have got him wrapped up. Down he goes, and the 2-point conversion will not make. So with 55 seconds remaining here in quarter number 1, East Columbus has gone up 14-8 on an 8-yard Nick McClure – on an 8-yard Elisha Gresham touchdown run. So we have seen both scores come from East Columbus we've had runs by Greg Melvin and we've had runs by Elisha Gresham. West touchdown comes on a fumble recovery by Degner Axelberg as he takes it in off of a punt. And it has been interesting today. Very interesting. Gotta love football. You just never know from down to down what's going to happen. West is ready. They've got their guys as they're waiting to get kicked off. Number 26, Thompson. Number 11, Davis. They are back deep. They have one more over on that's Bromell all the way over on the far sideline. And here comes East getting ready to kick off as number 34, Nick McClure, will come and take care of the kickoff as he signals for the tee. Has got it, and it will get that set up. So on the sideline closest to us, we've got Thompson. In the middle, we've got Davis. On the far sideline, we've got Bromell. McClure looks to make sure that his guys are ready. Talks to them, getting everybody exactly where he wants to see where he's going to put that ball in play at. Here he goes, and the ball is up, and it's going to be a line drive kick short. It's going to hit, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 32.
That's a big no-no.
That is.
That's good field position there for West Columbus. And here with 55 to go, 14-8, East Columbus up. West Columbus, this is an important series for them to answer the big play and the short drive that East Columbus just had. So that's a nice gift. Automatically get the ball on the 35-yard line when the ball goes out of bounds. So West Columbus takes over. They're over here on the close hash, and what's interesting, I think, when they're in on the hashes, they spread Tanner Daniels way out. I sometimes lose him because I think he's on the sideline.
And I think that's probably what they're hoping.
Yeah.
Waiting on East to lose him over there so they can take one down.
And power eye here. West Columbus has been that all night. In that all night. And split left.
Axelberg up under center. And he's going
gonna
to drop
throw
back
the
to
ball.
pass on first down. He's going to go down the
taking a
middle.
shot. He's got a man
and there
open.
it is. Number
Great
11,
catch.
Davis.
Davis
And
with
he's
the
on the
catch,
go.
and he is going to be in.
Touchdown. West Columbus. What a pass.
Great play. What a great pass.
That was right on the numbers. You can't ask for more accuracy than that one. Degner Axelberg drops back, takes a 3-step drop, gets Davis cutting in from the outside to the inside, hits him in the numbers, breaks the tackle, and he is in for 6. It is now 14-14 with 46 seconds left here in the first quarter, and West Columbus is going to line up for 2 to try to take their first lead of the ball game. So we will see what happens here. We've got some quick scoring. We've had very few plays done before the touchdowns actually come. And we will take a timeout. West Columbus is they're going to discuss exactly which way they're going to go on there. If you're just joining us, number 10, Degner Axelberg, has been very, very busy. He is the quarterback of West, and on special teams, he recovers a fumble, takes it in for a score to put the first touchdown on the board for West. He gets back on for his next possession and throws a perfect pass to number 11, Anthony Davis, and they have tied the score up here. So this has been extremely exciting today, 14-14. This is only the first quarter. If this game holds out like this, we could be looking at a high number shootout. So we'll just have to wait and see which way we head. East Columbus is getting back into defense. Here comes West, and they are going to, I believe they're going to go for one. There's Tanner Daniels set up, so they're going to go kick the extra point. If this is successful, they will take a 15-14 lead and their first lead of the game. They're getting their linemen set as the officials get ready. The holder will be number 15, Marquise York. So the offense is still up, waiting on the signal. East is still waiting. They are about to get set. Moving to the line. East is getting ready. The ball is snapped. It's down. The kick is up, and it is straight through the middle. And that will be 1 point more, and it is now 15-14. West Columbus over their rivals East Columbus, and that is their first lead of the game with 46 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. We will still see another possession before we make it to the second quarter. So what do you think, Kelly?
What a game.
Yeah,
what a game.
Impressive.
I think if you'd have told me it would be 15-14 here at the end of the first quarter, I would have been a little suspect.
Yeah, I would have to admit the same thing. I did not expect to see these teams are firing at a fairly high capacity.
The offenses are they're a lot more in sync than I think a lot of teams are this time of year. So, hey, we have what we call a barn burner.
We do. I'm liking this. I can't help it. I'm an offensive person. I'd rather see the 49-49 games than the 14-7 games. Let them air it out and let them go. Put up the yardage. I know a defense coach sure don't want to hear that.
No.
So Tanner Daniels is out ready to kick off. He's got his men lined up, and they are riding the momentum right now. East Columbus, we were waiting each time to see how the teams will react after suffering a big play, because we have seen big plays all game long. Quite impressive. And here we go. Number 5 is ready. The ball is up, and that'll be a pretty good kick. Number 9 has it on the 16-yard line, and here he goes straight up the middle all the way to the 30, to the 35, and down he goes on the 36-yard line. So East Columbus will take over. 1st and 10 on their own 36 with 36.6 seconds remaining, trailing West Columbus by a score of 15-14. They should have enough time to get off one, if not two. We'll see how quick moving they will be on there as Nick McClure's making his way to the backfield. Here comes Elijah Gresham. Elijah's going to go back. He's been in the gun all night long. McClure switches from side to side. Right now McClure straight to his right. He looks over the defense, sets, calls for the snap, sends number 9 in motion. Handoff to number 9. Number 9 goes up the middle. He's still on his feet at the 40, all the way up to the 42-yard line. So that'll be enough for a 6-yard gain on first down, and we will have 2nd and 4. As I don't know if they'll get one off. I believe the clock might run out here, and we go to the second quarter. I don't know. They're coming up. They're looking. No, Gresham is in no hurry. They're going to let this one run out, and we will switch sides and try it again in the second quarter. As the clock ticks off, each side comes and takes their benches. One's in the book, Kelly. It is now 15-14. West Columbus up over their rivals, East Columbus, and I have enjoyed it. I hope you have been with us the whole time, but if you've not, we've seen special teams galore. We've seen almost blocked punts. We've seen fumbles for touchdowns. We've seen a touchdown called back.
Well, a big kickoff return.
Yeah, big kickoff return.
Think about West Columbus could easily be up 9 points at this juncture.
One huge touchdown pass, another huge reception. Nick McClure throwing a 40-yarder to Greg Melvin.
On the first offensive play for East Columbus. And I've really enjoyed the play calling on both sides. I think it's interesting to see the different styles. You have Chris Haney, new coach there at East Columbus, is just letting Gresham make some decisions out there on the fly. You have and Coach Mark Little, who's been around forever, and that's a compliment. So he is actually going to be one of the coaches for the Shrine Bowl. And I think what's interesting watching West Columbus is the adjustments and the small adjustments they've made, but the important adjustments they've made to their offensive play calling based on what they've seen out of the defense for East Columbus. So I have to tell you, it's been offense, and defense has had a moment here and there, but both offenses have been able to move the ball primarily through some big plays.
Now, we've seen East fumble a kickoff, but every time East's offense has touched the ball, they've put it in the end zone for 6. So
they just have to hang on to it.
That's I mean, there's a big problem there on that end. I mean, because one of West's scores comes off of that. But so we'll see here. This is their third possession. So that's, I would say, if West had one concern on their defense, that would be, depending on how this one does, that might be one area. You don't want to go 3 for 3 in the end zone. But Gresham's back. He's got a 2nd and 4. He's on his own 43-yard line. And that one's going to get away.
And
but
he picks it up on the bounce, tries to make something happen, but nothing is going to happen.
That's a big loss.
And that's Harley Johnson running Gresham down from the backside. And those two are going to be going out, I'm sure, a basketball season down in the paint. But
that is a loss of 10 right there.
Harley Johnson, once again, I mean, the speed for a big guy. We haven't talked about what West Columbus is doing, but they're in a traditional, what we think of as like a 52. And they've got 2 deep, and looks like they're technically in the cover 4. But back there with Gresham, and Gresham has an arm too.
He does. You know, when you're looking at this gun-type offense there, and it's a constant. Every snap is a long one. To see none of them go astray is pretty good. But Gresham calls his own number there and takes it up for about a 4-yard gain.
And looked like a little scissors action there from East Columbus. Looked like it was a counter, and then I don't think Gresham expected to still have the ball after all that. I don't think
so. I think there might have been a little bit of confusion there, but West has to be happy because they are able to take East out in a 3 straight downs and puts that punt up on the
and let's see if they actually
on
punt.
The field.
I think it'll be interesting to see here, even if somebody drops back, what Coach Haney's going to do. And it is 15-14, West Columbus in the lead, and they're going for it.
They are going for it.
4th and 11, and it looks like we're going to have some movement. So who moved first?
I don't know. We'll wait and see on that one. West Columbus says East Columbus.
The offense. Yep, East Columbus.
And it did.
So now with 4th and about 16, and the ball is going to be on the East Columbus 29-yard line. I think East Columbus has to think about, with 10:26 left here to go in the second quarter, first half, and down by 1, think about the punt. And, of course, Davis is going to drop back to try to honor it, and it might be a little squib kick where they're –
and it could be.
Yeah, there we go. So Gresham backs up for about 6 yards, and he's going to kick, and the ball – that should get a nice roll.
And it did.
And it looks like there's Davis. He's going to take it. He goes around the left end. He's got some room, he's got a block. Gets a great block there by number 26. That is for East Columbus, Chris Thompson. And nice return into East Columbus territory.
Yeah, number 50, Robinson, came up and made – that was a big tackle there because without that tackle, he was going to be gone for at least 10 to 20 more. and that could have really been some big field changers there. So West Columbus will take back off on offense. 10 minutes and 3 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They have the ball on the East Columbus 49, and they have a 1-point lead, 15-14 here at Viking Stadium. So here comes Degner Axelberg in. He's gotten the play. Brings them to the huddle. Starts sending his men out. We've got a new center in the game, looks like. Number 71's in. Axelberg, the ball is on the ground, but 30 has picked it off and taken a handoff off the ground. That was Edie.
That's the old fumble risky play, except they didn't mean to do it.
But it was good for 4. So you've got to you got to take the plus out of that one.
There you go.
Second down and 6 on the East Columbus 45. 9 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Here comes Axelberg back in. He's got the play. He's got his men huddled up and ready. East is coming to the line to get ready. So here we go. 51's back in at center. The guy spread across the line. Degner goes up under center. Looks over the defense to see what he's got. Sets. 3-back set. It's going to be all the way to the back to Thompson and Bromell. And Bromell will make it to the 44. So that'll be a 1-yard gain. It is now 3rd down and 5. 9 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. And West Columbus needing 5 to keep this drive alive. So Axelberg's over on the sideline. He's discussing it out. And here comes his men back. Still going to have Bowie, Bromell, and Edie in the backfield. Here comes the play. And here he's coming in. East Columbus is up to the ball, and they're getting ready to settle in. West is huddling. Play clock down to 9 seconds. Here they go up under, 51 under center. Axelberg looks it over. Axelberg sets, 3-back set, and he's going to give that one to a big hold to number 44, Bowie, and he will make it, should be 1 yard past the first down marker and enough to move those chains. And it is. It'll be enough for a first down. So 8 minutes and 8 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The ball is now on the East Columbus 36-yard line. And West still holds a 15-14 lead over the visiting East Columbus Gators. Axelberg has the play. They're in huddle. Here they come, number 51. McNeely up under center. Axelberg scanning the defense. 3-back set. They're set. Looks. That one's going to go to Bromell. Bromell's going to go wide right. Tries to turn the corner, and he does. He's loose, and he is grabbed there. Good tackle by number 54, Michael Graham, because if he got past Michael Graham, he was fixing to pick up at least 10 more. So what looked to be a loss turns out to a decent gain. That ball is going to be spotted on the 28-yard line, and that should bring up second and looks like 29 yards. That should bring up about 2nd and 6. No, that would be second. That's enough for 2nd and 5. All right, so up under center. Here comes McNeely. There's the set. They're about to run out of time if they don't get it, and he does it. Nope, he does not do it. That'll be a delay of game on West Columbus, and that's going to take them back 5 yards. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and right at 11. The time clock is for the second time tonight has gotten West Columbus, and that's a costly penalty right there. You're moving, you've got the momentum, you're down in your opponent's territory. You don't want to go backwards when you get in this area. You don't want to lose that drive. So they situate and move the ball. That'll take the ball to the 34-yard line. And the ball will be placed. Well, hang on a minute. Okay, I'm confused.
I'm confused too, man. They walked 2 penalties.
Okay.
Penalty against East Columbus, penalty.
Okay, so we've got offset. Well, they ain't technically offsetting. So that the 2 penalties on the play. What I can tell you for sure is there is a first down for West Columbus. There must have been some type of personal foul or something that brought up a 15-yarder. Did not see that one. But the ball is now on the 17-yard line. So West has it on the 17. They have 1st and 10. Degner's got the play. Still has a 3-back set. Getting ready to go up under center as he scans the defense. Axelberg sets. Takes the snap. Handoff to Edie, and Edie will be brought down in the backfield for a loss of, looks like 3, depending on where the spot's at. So let me get the official spot here. Nope, not quite that bad. Just be a loss of 2. So we're going to be looking at 2nd down and 12. Ball is now on the 19-yard line. So East Columbus was ready for that. There just was no hole for Edie on that play. Axelberg comes back in with the play. Talks to his lineman. East Columbus starts making their way to the ball. McNeely goes under center. Here comes the rest of the team. Axelberg makes his way up, scanning left and right as he looks over the defense. Sets, 3-back set. Takes that one to Bromell, and Bromell will be dropped for no gain. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 12 on the 19-yard line. Actually, that's going to be a 1-yard loss. That's going to move it back to the 20. So 2 straight runs, 2 straight East Columbus penetrating defensive plays, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 12. So West is up in the huddle discussing what they want to do here. This is a big play because you've got the momentum going. You want to make it happen. Axelberg into the huddle. They break. McNeely goes to center. Axelberg walks it up. He's looking. He sets. 3-back set. Pitches. No. Yes. To Bowie. And right there again. East Columbus right up the middle, stops the ball, and looks like that one will go 0. 4th down and 12. Ball is on the 20-yard line. Let's see what West chooses to do here with a 1-point lead and 4 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They have the ball on the East Columbus 21-yard line. Axelberg is talking it over on the sidelines. Here they come as they get ready to huddle up. Axelberg brings in the play. He's got his guys centered. And they break. Here comes McNeely back under center with the rest of his line. Axelberg scans it over. Line's looking. Right, left, right. Here we go. Sets. And it's back. Long pitch to Bromell. He sweeps right. Here comes East pursuing. He tries to turn, and he does turn. And he will make it up to the 15. Oh, he's going to make it farther than that, but that's going to be well short of the first down as he gets to the 9-yard line, and that'll be a turnover on downs for West Columbus, giving East the ball back on their own 9-yard line.
Big series.
Maybe you can help me out. Did you see the penalty that took place that went forward and backwards?
I didn't. I was climbing up on top of the press box to help Justin.
All right.
So, but I have a feeling had I been here and I witnessed it, I probably wouldn't have been able to help you. Because I think they marked off 2 penalties, didn't they?
They did. They marked it against West and then for West, and usually 15-yarders most times were some type of personal foul.
Well, if that was the case, if they marked off 2 penalties, one would have had to have been, or both would have had to have been a dead ball.
Oh. Well, the delay, I did see that. That's the only thing I can tell you for sure. So East sets, and I don't know who that is taking the snap.
He's coming around the right side.
Here we go.
And nice play there. Staying at home is number 26 for West Columbus, and that's Chris Thompson.
And the run there was by number 36, but I still don't know who that is for East Columbus.
We have a very quick timeout now by, I believe we're going to have East Columbus taking a timeout, and so you do have to be concerned with 3:44 left to go here and trailing 15-14. West Columbus is in the lead. You can't really play around here. First of all, you got to take care of the football.
You do.
Ball's on the 9-yard line. You've got 2nd and 10 here. But if West Columbus can hold East Columbus here, bring up a 3rd and 10, and then you have to punt down here. There's just no question about it. I think the last thing a coach wants to do on offense is punt the ball out of the end zone with a couple of minutes left to go in the half. So
we saw some bad things last year happen from that aspect.
So I'm sure that the timeout by Coach Haney here is just simply to say, all right, guys, we need a couple of first downs. We don't need 90 yards, but we need 9.
Right.
So, and I think what will happen here, if there's little or no gain on the play, you'll see Mark Little call a timeout for West Columbus to try to preserve a little bit of clock.
I see Greg Melvin going down the sideline. He's just not been
ever
quite
since
the
that
same.
long, I think it was a pass play. Or no, it was
the
run, that's right.
run back.
He took his shoulder pads off, took his shirt off underneath, and walked around a little bit. I mean, he's walking fine, so that usually suggests something like a shoulder. And
Gresham is not in taking the snaps. That looks like number 8, Chandler Cecil. Am I seeing that right?
I think you're seeing that right, as well as we can see it from this far out. So.
Yeah, my eyes are not getting any better as I get older.
Still same formation. You've got spread left and right, and looks like he's going to take it around the left side, and he is going to get
nowhere
cut out and down, and that's going to be a loss on the play of at least 2 or 3 yards, which is going to do exactly what we're talking about here, bring up the 3rd and long, and actually no gain on the play. So we've got 3rd and 10, 3:22 left to go in the first half, 15-14 now.
Okay, so here comes Gresham. So we know there's no injuries or any concern. You just never, as hot as it is, you just never know.
Probably needed a break.
Man's cramped up or if he's pulled something. But good to see that back. 3rd and 10. That ball has not moved off that 9-yard line since they've made it down there. Gresham under center. Takes the snap.
High snap, and he's rolling to the right. And he's looking.
And there's the number, and that's going to be for first down. And number 2 is, and I believe that, I don't know who that is, but that is number 2.
He is not on our roster, but he is definitely on the coach's good side because he just got East Columbus out of a major hole.
He sure did. Took the ball to the 28-yard line, and that was enough for a gain of 19.
And
do we have a –
No, I think he was – I don't know what the official was motioning there, but it was not a penalty. So here we are, 1st and 10 with 2:44 left to go in the first half, and I believe we may look back on that as an important play. That could have been a big turning point had Gresham thrown an incomplete pass or had West Columbus stopped running play. So
yeah, that was definitely big. Gresham drops back.
Another pass here from his own 30-yard line.
He's going over the middle, back to number 2, and
he
it's complete
caught it
on there, and he has got to the West Columbus 45, and that one's going to be good for. Let's see, figure that one at 25-26. 2 big pass plays by Gresham in a row. One big one that gets him out of 3rd down, and then turns around and throws another one for. We're going to give him 26 yards on that one. So definitely impressive there. 2 big plays and 2 big gains. So here we go. Gresham takes it, and he's going to throw again. Is he quick flat there, and it was through the hands. Cannot see the number. But that one got away before he was ready. I think he had already turned upfield and started to run before he ever had the ball. But that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Ball is on the 45-yard line of West Columbus. East had 2 big pass plays, but that was an incomplete pass. And we will see Gresham still in the gun. Brings McClure to his straight left. Looks it over, and he's going to take the snap as number 9 goes in motion. Hand off to number 9, and he's going to go to the left and turn and cannot make the turn. He will gain 3, but he will not get it, and I believe they're going to get him for a horse collar. Did they have that in high school? I'll get my divisions mixed up. He pulled him down by the collar.
I think you have to stay away from anything above the shoulder.
Johnny McFadden is who the
off.
Okay, so
whatever it was just a figment of our imagination.
No, I'm sorry, I had the number wrong on that one.
And so 2:03 left to go.
Now,
2:21.
So we have going to have, we will have 2nd down and 8. The ball is on the West Columbus 43-yard line.
Brandon, step there to that door.
And there will be 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining before we make it to halftime. So East Columbus here is making some big moves. They went 3 and out their last possession, and 2 no gainers to start this one, but they are now turned in 2 big plays and moving the ball forward. We will wait to see what 2nd down and 8 brings up.
Yeah, I think they're adjusting the clock. Hey, good students doing a great job on the cameras tonight. Who do we have here tonight?
We've got Crystal Osorio, Ayla Louviere, and Justin Edwards right now on the cameras. And then inside with us on the switcher is Jakeithia King.
Yeah, Jakeithia's doing a great job down there. She's keeping us on the action.
We sent Hobbs out for food 20 minutes ago, and he never came back.
He's probably eating it.
Probably.
All right, here's Gresham taking the snap to McClure up the middle, and nowhere does he go.
No gain.
And Kalik Banks that time filling up the middle.
So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 with 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, I think you got to let Gresham take a shot here. You know, you're 40 yards away from the end zone. You know, roll him out to the right, put 4 men in the pattern, and let him heave it up there. He's got some athletes catching the ball for him.
He does. They've had the offensive line has done really good on the pass.
And we have trips right, spread left by the offense, and I think I have just called this one. Yep. Actually, it looked like a run.
And he is going to run, but he's going to go down hard.
That play, and yeah, good job at West Columbus. That was kind of a strange play because he rolled out to the right, then he planted and backed up, but all his trips backs were blocking. So I have a feeling that was not supposed to happen.
You were probably right. Was there a timeout there? It's a 4th and 6. It's a good place for a timeout because 1 minute and 17 seconds remaining. 4th down and 6.
It's 1st and 10.
Did we have a penalty?
No, it changed on down.
That was 4th down?
So he didn't get a first down. So West Columbus takes over.
Okay.
Rod, you're so rusty. I can't.
Yeah, you
believe.
ain't lying.
What have you been doing this summer?
Yeah, apparently not broadcasting any.
I wasn't thinking either.
So,
You've been getting school ready.
yeah, that's what it is.
You haven't been watching preseason, I know.
No, I haven't. My boss works me too hard. I ain't even been able to watch preseason.
Yep. Then he goes and gets food for you and never comes back.
Yeah, I don't know about all this.
Timeout, West Columbus. The 25-second clock is keeping them on the ball tonight.
It is. That's gotten them twice so far.
So here's a game set. 1st and 10. West Columbus has the ball on their own 41-yard line, and West Columbus has the lead 15-14. And it's been back and forth. We've had no scoring, though, in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, it's slowed down. The defense has got some of the kinks out, and they have played, and they were playing well. I mean, special teams has turned in a lot of where we are in point-wise. A lot of that goes down to special teams. So, you know, when you give your when you put your defense only 5 to 6 yards from the end zone, that puts a lot of pressure on them, and it's happened a time or two. But for the first game, this has been fun.
Absolutely.
So with 1 minute and 17 seconds, what can West Columbus do with this ball? Can they put some more on the board, or is that just not enough time for what they need? We will find out as they have the ball on their own 41-yard line. With 1 minute and 17 seconds, they have a 15-14 lead over their rivals East Columbus. Axelberg scans, looks left, looks right, sets, 3-back set. The ball is snapped. That will be handed to Bowie, and Bowie is going to get a 5-yard gain. Yes, that was quick.
Clock is running.
So 2nd and 5 with a running clock. West don't seem to be in too awful big of a hurry.
Nope. And they may be thinking, let's go talk about this, guys.
So well, you've got the lead. You're not all that close to the end zone, and we've seen big plays.
Yep.
So you don't want to end it on a big play that goes the other way. 45 seconds. They're coming up. Axelberg looks to his left and right, sets his line, looks over the defense, gets ready to set himself, scans it over, sets him, and he takes the snap, And he's going to run, and he's going to
roll
take
out
this
to the
one.
right, and he's
Going to be
going
brought
to be
down
close
on
to a
the
first
50.
down.
That is close right
Depending
there.
on the mark there, and I think this is going to be one you're going to have to measure
You will.
at this phase of the game. 22 seconds left to go in the
Not
half.
where that spot's at. You won't have to measure
Nope.
that one. Yep,
Nope.
that's first down. So 1st and 10. Ball's on the East Columbus 49. 22.8 seconds remaining. Axelberg's going to step
got a
over
timeout, West Columbus timeout.
talk with Coach Little here and see.
When I was here painting lines, they'd have had to measure that one. That might have been 3 or 4 yards off on that line. So
Well, it wasn't. There was a big huddle around, so we couldn't see where the ball went down. Looking where the ref originally stood.
I told you, Rod, we're not going to make any excuses tonight just because we're rusty.
Yeah, we got to make
We
something.
We got to get those binoculars though.
Oh, that's where.
Yeah.
We gotta get some
We
of
need
them.
those because my eyes are either my eyes are noticeably worse or their jerseys are noticeably dimmer.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, we haven't got to the dark ones yet.
Hey, well-
Number shows up good though.
By the way, you're listening to WZCO 89.9 Chadburn. And some good news, folks. We'll be going full power, we're hoping, within the next couple of weeks. We've been at 50% power for quite some time, getting ready to go put the full power on the stick. So,
That's awesome.
yeah, we should improve our reception, especially in our fringe areas. And while we got a break, we'll go ahead and watch this play and talk a little bit. I have some people I want to thank for tonight.
I think they're going to get ready for the. So we have 1st and 10. Ball's on their own 40. We'll give it to the 48. No, I'm sorry, on the East 48. Axelberg looks. 3-back set. Sets. Waits for the snap. Gets it. And he is going to hand
Fake
that
the
one
toss,
off
and it's a little counter. And
Looks
not
like Bowie. It is Bowie.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's going to get much. He's certainly not going to get anywhere close to the 45 yards he needs. And I think we're going to go in and
they're going to let that one run out. So.
go in and see what happens here at halftime. Talk it over.
As the time expires here in the second quarter, the first half has been put in the record books. West Columbus holds a 15-14 lead over their rivals East Columbus, and we have 12 minutes before we see this action come and kick back up.
Hey, just wanted to say, first of all, thanks to a few people. This is our first time broadcasting this year, and of course, anytime you do something new, it is a big undertaking. And want to say special thanks to Mr. Ken Buck, who is Director of Technology here for Columbus County Schools. I was out here about 3 o'clock today. We just wanted to get out here early, make sure everything's set up properly. Ken stopped by and says, "Is there anything I can do to help you? How's your connection?" Because Ken helped us get through some grants. We actually have a full internet connection here in the press box at all 3 of the high schools, and we also have it at our baseball fields as well. And Ken has helped us get that, and everything we do out of this press box, going to the radio station, if you're watching us, everything is due to that internet connection. So we thank Ken for that, and of course his staff, which is always keeping things running here. And we have great infrastructure here at Columbus County Schools, both wireless and just overall internet access, and that's due in large part to the work that Ken has done procuring those funds. So special thanks to Ken. Also want to give a special thanks to our students here tonight. They've done a great job, and got another half to go, and of course they're learning. And we now have at CCCA, we have 2 radio classes as well as 2 video classes, and we appreciate Southeastern Community College helping us out there with the video classes. Students have already learned a tremendous amount here in the first couple of weeks of school, and we're excited about our new radio person. She's doing a great job with the students, and our goal is to have some students on the air with us so that people will have something decent to listen to.
That's right.
So very excited about that, and we're glad that CCCA can provide this service for all the people here in Columbus County, and we just want you to listen. So spread the word. This is our first game, and that brings up another thing I want to talk about here. A lot of you know Franklin Davis and the Columbus County Sports Network, along with Mark Council. They have started a website. It's called columbuscup.net. And if you go to that site, what you'll see is, first of all, some information. You have all the schedules. You also have a Twitter feed that has all of the up-to-date scores that we have. You also have all the final scores, and you have all of our broadcasts that are going to be archived there, as well as all the games that we'll be doing. And the whole idea behind the Columbus Cup is to challenge each one of the 4 schools here in our county, 4 high schools, to award overall athletic excellence. So we know we have some schools that, will focus on or concentrate or have great seasons in one sport or the other. But what the Columbus Cup recognizes is how schools do in every sport. So basically, when you win soccer, tennis, volleyball, football, you'll get certain points. And, of course, the team that does the best overall across all the sports disciplines will be awarded the Columbus Cup sometime in May at a special ceremony. So we applaud Franklin for doing that. And, of course, we know we have great athletic programs here at all 4 of our high schools. And we appreciate Franklin's efforts to recognize all sports. And I think he is over with Whiteville High School broadcasting the North Brunswick-Whiteville game. And I've been trying to get a score from him, but he's not answering my texts. So, Franklin, if you're listening to us, I need a text for the score. And if anybody has one, you can email us or get it to us, and we'll get those out there. So thoughts about the first half, Rod?
It's some big plays. Did not expect to see that caliber of plays game 1.
Yep.
Did not expect to see Nick McClure make a 40-yard pass
on the first play. Have we mentioned that was the first play from scrimmage for East Columbus?
First play of scrimmage.
Halfback pass.
Seen some big run backs on kickoff and punts. And nice pass by Axelberg to Davis for one of their 2 scores. And
I've been a couple of things have interested me and kind of stick out here. I'm interested in the defense that East Columbus has been running, which is really a pro-style defense where you have 3 down linemen and then you have 5 guys in the linebacker position that can kind of run around and do whatever you need to do. I mean, it's basically like a 3-4. They're really running like a 3-5. And what West Columbus has been able to do is they've had some success with that up the middle when they've been in ball control mode. So I'd like to see what happens there and see if there are any adjustments made. And of course, the fun part of the second half is to see what teams do differently. See if they're actually thinking about approaching things a little differently. I think from an offensive standpoint, you've got to be happy if you're Coach Little or you're Coach Haney. I think from a defensive standpoint, you've got to be thinking, how do I stop the big play? And we'll see. I think what the important thing for West Columbus is to try to shore up some of the coverage that they've had in the first half, because honestly, Gresham has had some people to throw to. And at this stage of the season, I guarantee you it's because of missed assignments.
Right. Well, and you look and talking about the plays on that, Axelberg's only thrown twice, and once was a touchdown, and the other one was into double coverage. I mean, he had the pass was on, but East had some exceptional coverage.
Isn't that like a 600 passer rating?
I mean, you got to wonder if you're going to see a little more of that. But that fast handoff, that one where Bowie or one of them is almost there, that's been tough for East to stop.
Yeah, and those deep plays like that, then you've got the linebackers really thinking pass, or at least respecting the pass. And that's helped out some of the interior A-gap, B-gap runs that they've attempted to do. So I am really enjoying this game. I think it's a great first game. And, of course, if you're liking this game, you can see the replay on November 8th when we kind of turn it around and we go West Columbus at East Columbus. So not often you get to play 2 teams in a season without having to go to playoffs.
Right. And having, this year, and maybe I'm ahead of the ball game, is this not the year that the conferences have been reset?
They have been. There's been quite a bit of shuffling around, and I think one of the things that you'll be looking for, and let's talk about schedules now. East Columbus has West Columbus, and they have open next week. Then they have North Brunswick at home, a very challenging North Brunswick team. That's typically a really good game. Then they go to East Bladen on the 13th. Trask at home on the 20th. They go to Whiteville on the 27th, home South Robinson on the 4th, at Fairmont on the 11th. Then they have South Columbus home game on the 18th, 25th at Red Springs. And, of course, that game last year at East Columbus was a great football game. St. Paul's at home, and then West Columbus at home. And then now West Columbus, they're home here at West Bladen. And, folks, if you're enjoying our broadcast, we'll be bringing you the West Bladen West Columbus game. And, of course, we'll talk about the standings from last year in a second. But West Columbus, they're going to be playing West Bladen, traveling to Trask. Then they'll have a week off on the 13th. They'll be at Fayetteville Christian, at South Columbus, then home at Fairmont, at St. Paul's, home Whiteville, and then home South Robinson, and then at Red Springs and at East Columbus. So that's definitely a full schedule with some challenging games, and all those games both teams should be competitive in.
Yeah, it'll be very interested to see how this year shakes off. South Columbus seems like a solid season almost every year. They're facing Hoggard at home tonight, so that ought to be an interesting beginning of the season challenge.
Last year I think Hoggard won handily, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with that game. And of course I can guarantee you that both of these teams are going to have some victories before the season's over.
Now, is this also endowment for – I know it is for South, too, isn't it?
I believe so, yep.
Wonder about, is Whiteville's tonight, or are they –
their game – looks like their game – well, I don't know if this is endowment. I doubt it, but one of the other games may be.
Yeah.
So, but looking forward to a good season, and we're off to a pretty good start. I'm waiting for college football season, North Carolina, South Carolina. That's going to be my game where I record and stay up till 2 and watch. And we talked a little bit about last year, and of course the Three Rivers Conference: Red Springs, East Columbus, St. Paul's, West Columbus, Fairmont, and South Robinson in that order. And then the Waccamaw: South Columbus, East Bladen, West Brunswick, North Brunswick, Whiteville, South Brunswick, and West Bladen in that order. Yeah, the conference is rearranged, and I think for all the coaches, it's not a major adjustment, but it is something that, for one thing, we're going to have to get used to. But
right.
The other thing, and a lot of those decisions tend to be made based on, how can schools conveniently play other teams. I keep thinking about, of course, back to, the playoffs, where you guys were covering East Columbus. And, especially in 1A, the teams can get spread out so quickly.
Right.
Where you got teams in the mountains in the East Division. But, just thinking back to East Columbus's run last year in the playoffs, when you think about that time, and of course, I think we covered every playoff game on radio and some on video. So just thinking back, what is something that sticks out to you at that run last year? And those of you that don't know, East Columbus made it to the I guess they made it to the Eastern Finals of 1A. Is that the
one short? They were.
That's right. That's right.
They were the three. They were in round 3, facing Albemarle, and we were Franklin Davis, myself, Aaron Yates. We got to go up. You graciously agreed to help us out at the station when you could have been at home enjoying your Friday, but. Just watching East, it was that never give up and die attitude, because they came out on fire, and then all of a sudden Albemarle started playing some hard football, and they got down 2 scores, and next thing I know, they got the lead, and there's not much time left in this game. And yeah, I can still see the Greg Melvin kickoff return. It was unbelievable. He was gone, and it just changed it. They fell a little short, but still, to be there and to be in that situation, because there for a few minutes, I'll be honest with you, I was planning how I was going to tell my wife I was on my way to Murphy over Thanksgiving weekend. So, but it was that was fun. Enjoyed, but like you said, playing in that West, both of those first rounds at East Columbus, those people traveled for hours to come down. They weren't close games, and Albemarle even took us almost 2.5 to get up there in a car.
And of course, all those are smaller schools, which tend to have smaller budgets. Well, I mean, these days, everyone has a small budget, but
Right.
the smallest budget, it can definitely be something. Of course, now the teams, find a way to do it always, but that's always a consideration is travel, and that's something that I think we deal with in all areas of school life. A lot of
Right.
people don't realize, if you're taking a bus, you're paying sometimes $1.25. Paying $1.25 per mile. He's looking for a clock operator.
Yeah, it gets expensive, and you and I talked about this endowment game because I was kind of surprised this year. East had always, last year I think it was over in Anson County was
Yep.
the endowment, and you and I had talked. Money is tough. There's a lot of money to make these games go and run, and it has to be there. I mean, it's not going to
No.
make it. Not going to make itself.
We're at the time now, and this is just the reality, is that, you have to make scheduling decisions, sometimes
Right.
based on, where you can travel the easiest and sometimes the cheapest. But in southeastern North Carolina, the conferences are very competitive, and you don't see anybody walking away, with any conference titles. And I think Red Springs, is a good example. East Columbus was a play away from winning that game, which would have made them the conference champions. So definitely competitive football, and I've, of course, grew up in the Charlotte area, and the football here is every bit as competitive as my feeble brain can remember 25 years ago. And I'm just amazed, too, Rod. I mean, I know we talk about this as we're starting the third quarter all the time, but just how the game of football in high school has changed. The first time I was in high school and I saw a pass, I said, well, God, that's really a high fumble. It was definitely a running type game. And, of course, I played high school football with Natron Means. And so, as we were trying to get out of his way, anytime the coach attempted a pass with Natron Means in the backfield, they, needless to say, he took some grief for it.
Right.
So, but these days you have to be able to pass.
And and you're right, because going and watching our school play, we were what would down here would be 4A. It was run. Now it didn't help. Our quarterback was 5'7", I think, and he couldn't see over his line. But I mean, it was run, and I mean now Gresham and them quite a few passes last year. You look at the couple of guys, their names just left, the brothers, and then you had Derek Young. They threw Ratliff. They threw a lot of passes.
Yep.
So we're getting ready to kick it off here. It's the third quarter. Tanner Daniels has his men set. East Columbus will be receiving.
Melvin back deep.
That is a good sign to see.
Yep, and it looks like they're going to kick it over his head.
Oh, my
Great
goodness.
kick, and he picks it up at the 10-yard line. And he's
There he
looking for
goes.
a hole. Good coverage by West Columbus, but
He
missing
found
some
one.
tackles. But there's one that didn't miss a tackle.
He's still
Nice job. Good job on coverage. And I think one of the things they probably talked about at halftime as number 89, Tommy Bryan, makes tackle on the play is stay in your lanes, boys.
Sure
Stay in your
enough.
lanes.
That was a 17-yard run back by Greg Melvin. I think Tanner Daniels hadn't put too big of a boot on it.
No, and
all,
he kicked
but-
it square over his
but
head.
He nailed that one. So 1st and 10. We have 11 minutes and 51 seconds. We have just started the third quarter. West Columbus hanging on to that 15-14 lead. Here comes Gresham for the first time in the third quarter. Coming back out. Greg Melvin's going to be set up over on the end.
And we got double spread here.
There we
McClure
go.
in the backfield, and he's going to get it. He's going to try to get outside, and he
And he's going
does.
to cut it. There he's up to the 30 and to the 30. See where they spot that, because that is almost enough for a first down.
That was a decent job by Davis of West Columbus coming
No,
up.
that one's going to be a little.
Wait a minute, is that a first down?
I don't. I can't. I'm at an angle. I
Second
can't
and
tell.
one. Second and one, we'll call it.
Because that one's a little bit.
Yeah,
Man, that's a short one at that.
Got that now, Brandon?
so here we go. Trips right now. Spread left. Trips right. Split left. And West Columbus in that 53 defense that they've been in quite a bit tonight. Here we go with the snap. That's Melvin in motion. Oh, dropped the ball. Gresham drops the ball.
And-
it looks like McClure got
Ooh,
on
that
it.
was close. I first thought Bowie had it.
I think he
No,
actually
that
missed
wasn't
it.
Bowie. That was Harley Johnson.
I think what happened is he it looks like he almost rolled over it.
It did, when he looked, it did not look like he was under the ball.
No.
So there, what was a second and very, very short has come back to a third and
We'll call it third, 6, 7, and we've got trips right, split left.
This game can quickly change in one play.
Yeah, and
he's going to roll out.
He's looking for a pass, and he's got all sorts of time, and now we're getting a little bit of pressure.
And that's going to.
And there's a dump off there to number 2. That's
Jalen.
I don't know.
No, it is not.
Yeah, I don't think he's in our.
We don't have that
he's
one
in our program.
So we'll get some more names.
Second on the field and first in our hearts, at least in that play, because he just picked up a first down for the Gators.
So a couple of big third down conversions for East on the pass play.
You know, Gresham looks very comfortable rolling out even to the left side away from his throwing arm. He looked very comfortable in that play. He got a little pressure, rolled out, bought some time, hit the man in the flat there for a first down. So that was a good-looking play.
Yeah, so chains have moved. The downs have gone back to first. 10 minutes left. East has the ball on their own 41-yard line. Melvin in motion. Handoff to McClure up the middle, and there goes McClure like a freight train.
And gets
all
a
the way up
good
to the
6-yard
46.
gain. Hey, and it is 15-14 here on WZCO FM 89.9 Chadburn, and West Columbus is in the lead. East Columbus is driving now with the ball on their own 46-yard line. And that's going to bring up, Robert will call that 2nd and 5.
Pretty close, if not exact.
I did not extrapolate that, but that looks like from here it's 2nd and 5.
I wouldn't want to have to be the man that would have to tackle Nick McClure after he got a 3-yard head start into the line.
No, I would not want to be that person either.
Because he was going full he carried them guys for at least 2 yards.
And so there is a
little bit of discussion.
Yeah, we got McClure actually out in the flanker position.
Ratliff and
Melvin takes
He's
the ball.
He's going to take it. Sweeps right. Middle. There he goes. There he goes. There he goes. There he goes. He's loose.
Melvin, he's open.
He's up to 30.
Left side.
25,
he
20.
Gets a nice block.
All the way to the 5.
And, we had East Columbus got away with a little push in the back there.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a push there.
That was a nice run. He actually waited. You could see him waiting for the hole to open off tackle, and he sliced through that thing and then cut back against the grain and had a nice run over to the left. So Greg Melvin.
You cannot let that man get in open field. He will run around you every time.
He has daylight. He's got the speed to get where he needs to be.
It is amazing.
First and goal, Gators trailing 15-14, but threatening to score here.
So we've got the ball all the way down on that's on the 5, 6.
Yeah, and we've got a timeout of East Columbus. They came out in a wing right, spread right formation. I haven't seen them in that, of course. Kind of like a tight trips look, but it looked like there was some confusion there, which if confusion up here is any between us is any indication, I'm sure they get a little confused down there too.
Yeah, we have maybe we're just getting too old for this.
Maybe, my friend.
8 minutes and 34 seconds here in the third quarter. East Columbus has the ball on the West Columbus 6-yard line. They have a first and goal, and they are trailing by 1 point. There has not been a score since the first quarter, so we will see what happens in this drive here.
And got a email from Tanya Hanna of East Columbus. And, of course, Tanya Hanna, the assistant principal there, she tells us 3-0 Whiteville High School is leading North Brunswick.
Oh, wow.
So that is it's like a defense that we've had all the offense. I think maybe we took some of their offense.
That's a possibility.
Okay, so here we go back. Now we're going to try again, and unless I'm counting wrong, that's quads. Okay, no. Now it's trips right, tight trips. And Gresham in the shotgun. And let's see what he tries to do. Yeah, he's going to roll to the wide side, and he has a little bit of daylight.
And he does, and he's
he
going
gets
to.
In. That's touchdown. I think no signal.
I haven't seen a signal. I do
now.
Now
There's a signal.
There it is.
So
touchdown, Elijah Gresham.
That makes it 21-14.
And I believe.
I'm sorry. Yes, 20-15.
20-15, and that is his second score of the game?
I believe so.
Did he not run the first one in?
I think so. So we are looking here at potential of East Columbus going up by 7.
I believe we will see a 2-pointer. I see Gresham, and I see McClure.
Trips right, tight trips with a wing. Got a short split left.
There it is. McClure's going up the middle.
Off tackle, and
I don't think he made it.
If they stopped him, I don't know how they stopped him.
I believe they did.
They did. Great job by West Columbus's defensive line.
They shut that hole down.
Nick McClure lowers that shoulder, and you kind of assume things are going to move. So,
yes.
Good job by the interior part of the B-gap, C-gap players over there on the left side of West Columbus. Didn't get a number, but anytime you can stop Nick McClure from gaining 3 yards.
I'm not sure.
It looks like there's some discussion. I know the coaches for East Columbus are out near the hash marks. So let's see if we have. Okay, there's some. Chris Haney's having a conversation, I think, with one of the officials. And everybody else, I think, is planning on a kickoff. There's definitely something there, and I don't know if it was placement of the ball. But either way.
I don't know, but the fans ain't happy about it either. So we'll see. But right now, 8 minutes and 24 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. East Columbus has taken a 20-15 lead over the home team Vikings. And they're getting ready to kick off, and we will see West Columbus offensively for the first time in the third quarter. They have Thompson, Davis, and Bromell set deep back. Davis the deepest. McClure gets them ready. The kick is going to be down the middle. Going to hit and out of bounds. So that will start it at the 35-yard line.
That's our second time for East Columbus, and that's what we like to call free yards. Anytime you can get yards without having to do anything, that's always good for the offense. So 20-15 now. East Columbus, after trailing most of the game, is now in the lead.
Axelberg is still on the sideline talking to Coach Little. He'll be bringing the play in. Here comes Bowie into the huddle. They are huddled around waiting on Axelberg, and here he comes. So the first offensive series for West in the third quarter will get underway here with 8 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in the third quarter. They trail their arch rivals East Columbus by a score of 20-15.
Ball on the 35-yard line, and West Columbus back out in the power formation. Split left. Tanner Daniels up to the top. Quick handoff there. Right up the middle, and nothing doing. Number 52 for East Columbus, that was not on our program. Number 56, check that, Carlos Campbell, but had a lot of help too, and it looks like
I'm going to give Bowie 1 on that run. It'd be 2nd and 9 here.
Yeah, it looks like Campbell's limping a little bit out there for East Columbus, and they're going to get him out.
Yeah, I think it's cooled down though to about 89 out there. But it's not much better. I think we're down to about 84 in here.
Yeah. It's been a humid day.
So we've got, he's going to come over. Hopefully those are some cramps, and they will work them out and get him hydrated. Axelberg has led his men up. They're set, 3-back set, and he's going to pitch it to the back to Bromell. Good ball in the backfield. I cannot get the number, but that's going down for a 4-yard loss.
Yeah, and he was ran down from behind.
He almost took the handoff.
Yeah.
I don't know who that. I want to say 50, but I'm waiting to see him get up and clear.
Hey, Rod.
I ain't even close.
Rod.
We
need those binoculars.
Yeah, I'll make a note of that. That was number 54, Michael Graham. I had the 5 right. Yeah, we will have binoculars next week. I'll make a note of that. So that is going to bring up 3rd down and 12. The ball is on the West Columbus 34-yard line. 7 minutes and 13 seconds remaining here as Axelberg comes in. Tanner Daniels is going to go out. Davis is coming in. He's going to take Daniel's spot out on the far left side. Set, 3-back set, and that one's going to be, he's going to roll out and pass. He goes to his right, scramble, looks, cuts back the other way, and sacked down at the 28-yard line. He will be brought down by number 9 and number 4. So Gresham and a player that we do not have a name on will get the credit for the sack, and that's going to bring up 4th down Puts us at about 4th and 15, so I believe we'll see Tanner Daniels getting ready to punt the ball. I'm going to be joined here by Justin Edwards. He had come in to do some graphics, and he's going to do a little broadcasting with us. How's it going, Justin?
Pretty good.
So Kelly's going to take a break and check and see what we got, but Daniel's getting ready here. 4th and 15, 6 minutes to go, and he'll be punting. And here comes the rush, and the ball gets up. It'll be a high punt, and that ball will go dead on the 42. East Columbus will take over with 5 minutes and 47 seconds remaining here in the third quarter for their second offensive drive. They will be hanging on to a 20-15 lead and hoping for more. How was the weather up top?
It was okay. It was hot, then it started cooling off.
Has it cooled off some?
Yeah, it's cooled off a lot. You get a little bit of chill out there, a little breeze.
Oh, wow. That would be nice. Fields, defense and offense is switching out. Special teams leaving. Gresham is coming in, and McClure getting ready to run this offensive series as Gresham gets his men into place, looks it over, sends Melvin in motion, brings him back, takes the snap, handoff to McClure up the middle. McClure's on a hole, big hole.
And he gets stopped at the, let's see.
What, 47?
Yeah, 47.
So big run. That's enough to, that'll be at least a 12-yard gain, and that's going to move those chains on down, and McClure straight up the middle on full steam ahead. So 5 minutes and 40 seconds here in the third quarter. East Columbus on their second drive of the second half, and they are holding on to a 5-point lead over West Columbus. So we will see Gresham still in the gun. McClure to his right. Handoff to McClure. And he is loose, and there he goes to the 40. He's loose to the 30, to the 20.
And he stopped at the 19-yard line.
Got a score update from Mr. Franklin Davis over in Whiteville. Whiteville has a 7-3. No, I'm sorry. North Brunswick has a 7-3 lead over Whiteville in the third quarter. So that's a tight one going on down there. We have 5 minutes and 11 seconds here. First down, and the ball is
let's see, 19-yard line.
So East has the ball in West 19. The clock is running. Gresham's coming in with a play, and he's got number 9 to his right. There we go. Handoff. And Gresham calls his own numbers up. He goes up the middle, and he will get 3 yards. So second down and 7 coming. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. Gresham's going to look for the play. So, Justin, how you enjoying your first year up at the early college?
It's pretty good. Been busy a lot. Got some college courses, some other courses that I didn't know how to do. Missing a lot at the Fair Bluff.
Missing the bluff. We can grow on you sometimes.
Yeah.
4 minutes and 13 seconds. 20-15 East Columbus lead. Here comes Gresham back in with the play. Number 9 split right. 1 receiver to his right, 2 to his left. Takes the hike, looks back. He's going to throw. The pressure's coming, and now he's going to run up the middle. There he goes. Cuts left and takes a good hit.
On the 10-yard line, too.
10-yard line. We're going to see third down and about 3. We're going to have to do a little more of that estimating. Clock is running. Getting close to 3 minutes left here in this third quarter. They're looking to bring the play in. Gresham's got it.
Seems a little bit of confusion on the field for East Columbus.
It's hard to get. First day, it's hard to get that plays in and out.
It is after being out for 2 months.
So there we go. In the gun. McClure split right. Melvin in motion. Melvin takes it. Goes to the mid. Ooh,
that's a
wow! And he bounced off that one.
That was a
hit.
That was a hit.
He took it off, but he was just not able to get past that. So 4th and 3. Big decision time for East Columbus.
Very big decision.
Ball is on the 11. And I believe we'll see a timeout.
It seems like these boys are going to start playing in the rain now because it's about to rain and do some little bit of lightning soon.
Uh-oh. Maybe we can get through before that one gets started.
Hopefully.
So 2 minutes and 52 seconds left. Here comes Gresham in with the call. 4th down and 3. Ball is on the West Columbus 11-yard line. Needs to make it to about the 8. We'll see here.
I need a short pass or a quick run play.
Nick McClure, if he's in, is spread to the and they're going to hand off the middle, number 9, up the middle, and
He got about 2.
I'm not
3
sure.
yards. Looks about 2, maybe 3.
They may have to measure. Nope, there will be no measure. That's 1st and goal. They got it to the 8. So we will wait. For those of you interested in South Columbus, Hoggard has a 21-13 lead in the 3rd quarter. So South Columbus has a pretty good showing tonight on that end, and that's another good defensive battle.
Good. It's a good game right there. Too bad we ain't doing that one.
Yeah, first and goal. 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Gresham takes it, hands it off to Melvin. He's going wide in touchdown. Yep, little misdirection sweep, and Melvin went untouched for 8 into the end zone into the far left corner, and it is now 26-15 East Columbus with 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Wonder if we will see 2 or a kick. We've only seen 2-point conversions so far from East.
And this is going to be a 2-point conversion.
I believe so, because there goes Gresham and there goes McClure. So we will see as the guys walk up to the line. West Columbus is set. Gresham is looking over, looks right, looks left. McClure sweeps to his right, waiting for the snap. McClure, middle, and he's
good.
I think he's in that time. No, yep, and he's in, and that'll be 2. The score is now 28-15. East Columbus leading West Columbus with 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. So East Columbus has to definitely be happy with their offense the 3rd quarter. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns.
I'm surprised of West Columbus offense and defense after last year's rough battle.
You know, one thing that truly helps you, and as I've seen with this high school, is you can get a coach in and he can get used to some players and they get used to him.
Mm-hmm.
It truly helps because it builds that partnership, it builds that camaraderie, and Coach Little on his 2nd season here, you know, they are a little more used to him and, you know, his style and his ways, and he's got his guys playing big time. So
yeah.
Hopefully it will. Hopefully that will be a continuing, because I mean, game 1 they have looked good, because this is hot, this is tough. These guys are gotta be beaten. There's not a lot of depth on both sides, and that's tough. Kickoff by Nick McClure. That one's going to roll on past Davis, and Davis going to pick it up on the 2. And Davis looks and cuts, goes right, and he's still on his feet.
And he's down.
Big run back.
Looks like maybe 25-yard line, 20-yard line.
So not bad. If he made it to the 20, 22 or so, that's a 20-yard. And when you have to start backwards and go forwards, not bad at all.
Yeah, going back to what you said, I remember talking last year where we had to do interviews for the coaches for all the players, and they told us how they've had a good season or a rough season. For example, West Columbus, how they've lost a player last year due to an accident.
Yeah, you just never, off the field, on the field, you just never know when you're going to lose a guy for a game, for a season. Just got an update. Hoggard has scored and has now got a 28-13 lead over South Columbus. So see if the Stallions can reciprocate that one. So Axelberg's back out. He gets set under center, still a 3-back set. Looks, and he hands that one.
And they went nowhere.
That one went to Edie, but he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Oh.
And he's a little slow getting up. And there's a flag.
It looks like he might have hit his head a little bit too hard on the play.
We'll have to wait and see here. Hopefully he's just got a cramp.
Yeah, it's around. He's grabbing his neck.
Oh, that was a hard hit. I don't know where the flag. We'll see what the flag.
All I know is I saw 1 blue and 3 white going all in.
The flag is on East Columbus, but I missed the call. So we'll wait and see on that. But Edie is still down. The coaches are working with him.
I think it might be a holding or a horse collar.
Yeah, I didn't see the call. We'll see how many yards here they go.
See,
that's a 15-yarder, so is that one unsportsmanlike conduct on that one? That one that was thrown right after the tackle, so that may have come right on that. But the good news is Edie is up. He's walking off on his own power, and he's going to take a breather here. So that'll be 1st and 10. West Columbus now has the ball on their own 32-yard line. There's 1 minute and 52 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. They trail East Columbus by a score of 28-15. Axelberg getting the last minute of the play, getting ready to bring it in, and he will huddle with his men for a few seconds as he spreads them out and looks over the defense. So right now, number 71, Powell, up under center. Axelberg looks right. Axelberg looks left. Everybody's set. The ball is snapped. That's going to be pitched back to Brommel. Brommel's going to turn right, try to turn it, and he does turn it. Ooh. 40-yard line, but he gets brought down hard, and he is pumped. He took that hit, got up, and he is energized. What an impressive run by Brommel.
Very impressive.
Almost a first down. That was 7 of the 10 right there on first down. Man, you get hit that hard and you get up dancing, you know you're ready to play some football.
Oh, definitely.
1 minute, 24 seconds left here in the third quarter. Ball is on the 40-yard line. And we have a second down and we'll call it 3. It's a short 3. West trying to get it pumped up here on their second possession here in the third quarter. So, number 15, Marquise York set way wide. Still have the 3-back set. Axelberg scans, sets, backs are down, looks it over, takes the snap, hands it to
and they brought
Davis Bowie, and they were ready.
That was
not Bowie.
That was a weird tackle.
That was Frink, and they met him hard at the line and rolled him back.
So he was on top of the other.
That'll be no gain on that play, and it'll be 3rd and 3 with a minute remaining here in the third quarter. West Columbus on the own 40-yard line trying to score on their second possession of the third quarter. We will see as East is getting set on defense. Here comes Axelberg. Nope, Axelberg's going back. Nope. Axelberg comes back and getting ready to call the play. Gets his men set. Sends Powell to the line. The rest of his men sets, looks, snaps.
And
Bowie's got it. And fumble. The ball's loose.
And it's
still loose. Play. And there goes number 50. He's at the 20, to the 15, to the 10.
And he's down at the 10-yard line.
Kaishim Robinson picks up the fumble, but there's a flag on the play, and I do not know.
And there's an injured player as well.
And West Columbus has a guy down. Not sure where that flag came from. Saw it fly, but I don't know if that will change. That was Bowie. Bowie, I believe, is the one. That penalty is declined, so that was on West. And East Columbus now will have it on their own 10. 1st and goal, 22 seconds in the third quarter, leading West Columbus 28-15.
Well, Bowie's walking off the field now. Looks like he got a really strong hit to his ribs, maybe stomach area.
Yeah, they hit him hard. They met him right at the line of scrimmage, and they got that hand. And you get that hand in there, sometimes bad things can happen.
Very.
So 22 seconds left. They will switch back over. East's offense will come out for their third possession. West will bring their defense back out. They're a quick huddle. Gresham leads his guys out to see if they can put in the end zone for the third time in the third quarter, or if it'll carry. They'll have to score on this one. I would say this will be the last play of the third quarter. So Gresham's got them set. McClure's going to go back to the right. Gresham looks right and left, makes sure he's got what he wants, sees the defense, gets ready, looks to the left again, sets, takes the snap, high snap, and he's going to have to hold on to it to hold on to that one. And that'll be a sack. Good play by number 30.
Oh, we got another injured player.
So Edie there with the sack when that bobbles up and he could not get it to I don't know who that was that didn't get up.
That was number 30, which is
that was Edie. He was the one that made he got the sack, and that'll be good for good for 4 yards sack.
Well, he's walking on his own now.
So
Looked like a leg injury.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are just cramping. It's hot.
It is. It's way too hot.
And when it gets humid, that ball gets slippery. And just like there, it popped up just enough where McClure was past. He held it and tried to make something out of nothing, and Edie was in the backfield way too fast. So we will switch sides of the field. 3 quarters are now officially in the book here at Viking Stadium. It is a 28-15 lead, East Columbus over their rivals West Columbus with just 12 minutes left. I have another update, and we have a lightning delay down at Civitan Stadium in Society Hill. And that game will be put on hold for a few minutes as Hoggard holds on to a 28-13 lead over the Stallions. Yeah, it probably won't be long before we see it.
It's already happened.
Is it already lightning? Well, we may be under lightning delay here soon.
That meter says it's 7 miles.
Yeah.
When it gets 7 miles, yeah.
And we are. We will be under lightning delay here before we start the 4th quarter as they are taking the teams to the locker room, and we will have to wait to see what happens.
Yeah. They go on.
Yep, they're taking them both off. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. So we're on delay right now, and don't know how long we will be on delay, but we do have 3 quarters in the book, and it is 28-15, and
East Columbus is having the lead so far. It's a pretty good game so far.
Yeah, it's been really good, and a lot of scoring in the first, a lot of scoring in the third. We had a little bit of quietness, good game in the second, but scoring back down a little bit. West is scored 2 quick scores toward the end of the first quarter, but they've not been able to put any more points on since. Had a fumble that moved them back a little bit, and we will wait and see as they are taking both teams off the field, and so we will be delayed here for a little bit. Hopefully this won't be too long of an occurrence, but we will have to wait and see what happens here. But have definitely enjoyed what we've seen so far. So we're stopped. South Columbus is stopped. Gonna probably assume Whiteville might be stopped. Hadn't heard from Mr. Davis over there in Legion Stadium yet, but they may be on delay also. So taking a breather here while we wait to see what shakes loose here on this game. This should, if nothing else, jack up concession sales here for a little bit.
It should.
So sometimes you just catch a break at the right time. Can't play any football, sell snacks. Next thing I know, I'll see Mr. Hobbs running down that chicken guy again, trying to get another one of them plates.
He won't be alone.
Right. If you're just tuning in, we are in a lightning delay. South Columbus is in a lightning delay, so we are both waiting to see what the weather's going to do. Here at Viking Stadium, West Columbus is trailing East Columbus by a score of 28-15. Over at South Columbus, they trail the Hoggard by a score of 28-13. And the last we heard, North Brunswick had a 7-3 lead over Whiteville over at Viking Stadium. And that takes care of the 4 county teams here in Columbus County tonight. And everybody's getting it kicked off Football season is here, and we have, I think, about 13 weeks before the playoffs hit.
Mm-hmm.
So that sounds like fun. I can't wait.
Me neither.
I'm a sad individual when that middle of November rolls around and football's done for the year. No offense to basketball fans and baseball fans, but they ain't nothing like a little bit of football.
Yep. My favorite sports of the martial arts is probably football and basketball. Because baseball, you can see that every day on TV.
They play some serious long seasons.
Very. Because like last year, the playoffs, after that, it didn't stop.
They're 162 games and then playoffs on top of that. Them guys got to be wore slam out.
Because after the playoffs, they stopped. We got like a draft for a week, and they came back and started playing again.
Yep, there's not a lot of downtime in.
Not really.
So we are still waiting to see what may take place here, and the players probably getting a well-deserved rest because I'd say after 3/4 of game number 1, they're exhausted.
Including this heat, they're probably sweating, tired, exhausted.
And I don't know back. We're going to go years back, but in the late 80s, early 90s, I know a lot of schools back then used to have 2-a-days in the summer.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's still done or if that's at all, but they used to hit them at daylight and hit them again at dark and go from there.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get. You got to train your body big time to get used to this kind of weather.
Yeah, and going back in time, there's been a lot of gruesome games that I've heard of. Like it was South Columbus and West Columbus, or Tabor City and West Columbus. Back when the whole riot started, that was glad I wasn't there. And a lot of good games in the past.
Yep, we saw some really close ones. In our first full season last year,
yeah,
some games came down to the last minute, and some not always that way. Some were a little bit different in points, but we had some games that came down, and this one's been close. Now East has played picked it up a little bit more offensively here in the third quarter, but still, this is a 2-score game and can quickly change it at any time. We could see this one in 2 plays be back to West on top, so you just never know. When you get 6 points, up to 6 for a score, can change things very quickly.
But what's amazing so far, that East Columbus, even though they've lost at least 7 of their good players starting last year, they've been doing pretty good. I know they lost Ricky and Ronald Ratliff. They went to college. One's doing track and one's doing either college basketball or football. And there's a whole lot of names. At least 7, maybe 8 of them graduated.
Yep, you had several graduate. A couple of kids had moved.
Yes.
So they're playing real well with the team they've got. And West Columbus graduated their quarterback, and Degner Axelberg has stepped in and done an awesome job tonight in his first start as quarterback. He's had fumble, return for a touchdown. He's got another touchdown pass. So he's been having a great opening night, and hopefully he didn't get to play much last year. I don't know if he got to play hardly any with I can't remember if he broke his leg or if it was an ACL injury, but
I think it might have been ACL.
It took him out pretty well all year, and so he's getting to enjoy his senior year on the football field and showing why he is the starting quarterback of West Columbus tonight. And these guys, in high school you get it all. You don't see two-way playing in the NFL, and you see very little in college. But here tonight, these guys, you got Grissom playing linebacker and quarterback. You got Degner Axelberg playing safety and quarterback. You got these guys playing, even some of them with some special teams. The special teams run back. Axelberg recovers that fumble, takes it in 20 yards. He's playing all 3.
You got to look at Daniels. He's doing punt. He's a punter. He does kicking. He's a wide receiver, and he's a safety.
Yep. So these guys, they're pushing them hard. And right
Very
now,
hard.
West doesn't have a JV team, from what I understand.
West, from what I've been told from my friend Aaron Osborne, he's quit, and that now they are stopping their junior varsity program for football.
And at this present time, East does not have a junior varsity, but they're in hopes once school starts that they'll be able to get some big support and be able to add that program on here in the next week or so. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see. We were going to cover some JV games this year to kind of fill in some of our dates, but at this time we won't be able to because we don't really have two. South, I think, might still have theirs.
South, I don't know.
I hadn't heard on.
I'll have to ask my buddy from there. But talking about South, their quarterback from last year when they were playing, it was over here. They were over here at West Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
It was around the time when they lost their friend and player Josh Powell.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I remember that their big quarterback / strong safety, about 6'7", 225 pounds, when he tackled that running back, and that exact guy was offered to be a wide receiver for NC State.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to him for a while. He said he's excited about it, ready to go play some football for college.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Pharaoh does as they switch him over to that receiver type position and how that goes if he gets to. A lot of times your freshman year you may not get to play all that much, but he may play quite a bit. We'll be interested to really see, and I hope him well in these next 4 years up there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's if you're just tuning in, wondering what's going on, it is in a lightning delay. We are at
West Columbus.
and it's quiet, except at the concession stand. If you're in the concession stand,
good luck getting there. There's a whole mob right there.
So we will wait and see. I know South Columbus, the last I heard, was under delay, and I don't know about Whiteville, but South is trailing 28-13 over Hoggard. Whiteville is trailing North Brunswick by a score of 7-3.
Well,
so it's
even if we are under a lightning delay, including South Columbus as well, we already know that Whiteville's going to have to be under one because Whiteville's not that far from us. It's like 10, maybe 20 miles.
Yeah, it's not. From here, you're about 15 minutes. So, yeah, not much. So we're probably all three down for a little bit until we get things
squared away.
Yeah. So we'll just have to wait and see on that one. So it's quiet now.
Very quiet.
Stands are. There's still some folks waiting, but
we are
taking a break.
Well, it looks like Chef Axelberg might have left already.
No, they're still over there. I just saw them waving to me a few minutes ago. So they're having
probably at the concession stands.
They're having a good old time. So yeah, we've got some of our teachers here tonight. Our culinary instructor Sherman Axelberg is here, chef. Our one